Have you ever trusted someone with everything only to find out they were hiding secrets from you all along? That's exactly what happened to me. I thought I knew my marriage inside out until I discovered a hidden bank account that changed everything. What happened next isn't just about betrayal. It's about reclaiming control, exposing the truth, and turning the tables. You're going to want to hear this because it's real, intense, and it might just keep you on the edge of your seat. My name is Michael Thompson. I'm 42 years old, living in Texas, USA. I'm a regular guy who worked hard to provide for my family. I believed in honesty, love, and trust until I realized one person had been playing a completely different game behind my back. This is my story. It started with a small flicker of suspicion. I noticed unusual activity in our accounts, transactions that didn't add up, withdrawals that weren't explained. My stomach tightened as I dug deeper. And then I found it. Laura had a secret bank account, one she never mentioned, holding a significant sum that I had no knowledge of. Shock hit me first, like a punch to the chest. Disbelief followed. Anger. Betrayal. How could she hide this from me? All these years, and she was playing a double game? My mind raced as I tried to process the reality before me. The evidence suggested that this had been planned for months. Every late-night call, every hurried click on the computer, every evasive answer I'd brushed off, they were pieces of a hidden puzzle I was only now starting to see. When I finally confronted her, I expected tension, excuses, perhaps even guilt. Instead, she smiled casually as if nothing was wrong. Her calm, effortless composure made my blood boil. I could feel my frustration building, my helplessness sharpening with each passing second. She had underestimated me, and that was the first real crack in her carefully constructed facade. I couldn't let this go. Quietly, I began investigating every corner of our finances. I pored over bank statements, emails, and transaction histories, looking for any clue that could explain the secret account. Every line of numbers felt like a puzzle, every entry a piece of the truth she had hidden from me. The emotional roller coaster was intense. Some discoveries crushed me, unexplained transfers and hidden investments, but others sparked hope. Maybe there was a way to reclaim what was rightfully mine. I reached out to a trusted lawyer discreetly, someone I could confide in without raising suspicion. Together, we began tracing unauthorized transfers and uncovering accounts I hadn't known existed. Each new piece of evidence brought a mix of despair and determination. I was angry, but I also felt the first glimmer of control in a situation that had seemed hopeless. Then came the twist that changed everything. While reviewing the records, I noticed inconsistencies in some of the joint account documents. A few had been forged. This wasn't just a secret account. This was evidence I could use. For the first time since discovering her deception, I had leverage. The scales were starting to tip, and I realized that maybe, just maybe, I could turn the tables. I knew confronting Laura directly would only make things worse. Her confidence and composure were deceptive. Any rash move could ruin everything. So I focused on what I could control: strategy, patience, and the law. Working closely with my lawyer, we crafted a detailed plan to reclaim control. Legal claims were filed, accounts were frozen, and every piece of evidence was meticulously documented. Each step felt slow but deliberate, and I could feel the tension building with every move we made. Laura suspected nothing. She continued with her day-to-day life, completely underestimating what was coming. Then came the mini twist. I discovered she was attempting to move money overseas, likely thinking she was a step ahead. My lawyer and I acted quickly, filing a court injunction just in time to block the transfer. My heart raced as I realized that this was the turning point, the moment when her overconfidence became her weakness. I felt a surge of determination and control. Every careful, calculated step we took brought me closer to reclaiming what was mine. For the first time since discovering her betrayal, I could see a path to justice unfolding. Court day arrived, and the air was thick with tension. I walked into the courtroom, clutching the evidence we had painstakingly collected. Every step toward the bench felt heavier than the last, my stomach twisting with anticipation. Laura sat across from me, her calm composure now tinged with a flicker of uncertainty. As my lawyer presented the documents, hidden accounts, forged papers, unauthorized transfers, I could see the shock register on her face. Every piece of evidence landed like a hammer, exposing the deception I had uncovered. The judge carefully reviewed the details, giving each paper the attention it deserved. In my mind, I repeated it over and over. I didn't want to fight her, but I couldn't let deception control my life. Today it ends. Every heartbeat matched the suspense in the room, every glance at Laura reminding me why this moment mattered so much. And then the verdict. The judge ruled in my favor. The forged documents were invalidated, the hidden accounts were frozen, and control of our finances was legally granted to me. Relief, vindication, and a deep sense of justice washed over me. The climax of months of deceit had finally resolved, and for the first time, I could breathe knowing that justice had been served. Back at home, everything felt different. The house, the quiet corners I had once taken for granted, now held a mix of relief and reflection. The grief for the betrayal lingered, a reminder of the deception I had endured. Yet, alongside it, I felt a quiet pride for my perseverance, my patience, and the careful steps that had led me here. Justice had been served, and I could finally breathe again. But even in relief, the weight of what had happened stayed with me, a reminder of how fragile trust can be. Have you ever discovered a secret that changed everything? How would you have handled it? This is just one story where betrayal leads to shocking payback. And there are more coming. More tales of deception, resilience, and revenge that you will miss. Stay tuned, because sometimes the darkest betrayals reveal the strongest triumphs.